fucking incel code where it's just like dreidel, 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 made of attic. It's like, oh my god, shut
The
up.
sleeper cell has been activated.
Like, I'm aware of it. It's just not a UK thing, so I don't know about it.
It's
Sure.
a Jewish thing, not an American thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. The UK does not have a huge Jewish population. It has it. It's just not huge.
Sure.
We have it too, but I think if I'm remembering correctly, like the biggest concentration is New York, New Jersey, like New York City, New Jersey area.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's not very common. I mean, I'm sure there's huge pockets of it here and there in bigger cities, but like in my area, there's definitely not a huge pocket. The closest temple is like 30 minutes from here, 30, 45 minutes away from here.
Oh, okay.
That I'm aware of. So
it's not super, super bad, but certainly
No,
not like
but-
downtown New York.
yeah. Yeah, we don't have... You're not going to notice a whole lot of changes come certain holidays. So.
Alrighty, are you guys ready to get started?
Every day.
Oh.
I like to hear it. Alright, let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to a brand new episode of That Video Game Podcast, aka TVGP. I'm your host, Boston. Joining me as always is Moonpeer.
Hello.
And the Nymph.
Hello.
Let's do another quick plug here for our Patreon page over at patreon.com/e1m1 or e1m1.cash.
Those ones are the number 1. And that's the digit that's first on your numpad after
right.
the 0.
Also known as the loneliest number, I have heard. But you won't be lonely over there. Even if you're not a patron, you can get some free episodes for our open house happening right now. 3 brand new not brand new episodes. They're the greatest hits of this year. We have an Outcast. We have an episode of The Wayward Sons, the Supernatural TV show watchcast. And we have a Critical Mrs. Production meeting. We have all of those for free. Some really great episodes over there. You don't even have to have signed up for Patreon to go get those episodes. You just need to go to the website, and you should be able to listen to those free and easy over there. If you like what you hear, for this month, if you haven't been a patron so far, you can get your very first month at the $5 tier, the Fun for Fiverr tier, for half off by using the coupon code RIP and TEAR. That is, of course, all in caps with no spaces. So please go check all of that stuff out. If you've always been curious about what those episodes are or any of that stuff, please go listen over there. That's at patreon.com/e1m1 or e1m1.cash.
The ones are numbers.
Friendly reminder here that we are nearing the end of our regular episodes of the year, but worry not. We have something scheduled for the whole rest of the year. We have our Game of the Year Part 1 and Part 2 happening in the last weeks of this very month for January. Those are shaping up to be great episodes, as always. Sort of a celebration of all the games, large and small, in 2025. So please stay tuned for that. We won't have our kind of regularly scheduled episodes, especially over on the Patreon side. We won't have We Roguelike It. We're daring to take a break from the roguelikes for a couple of weeks here. Gasp.
Dare we?
We won't have Outcasts while we're gone. We're really going to take a vacation like we try and do every year. So keep that in mind. If you are listening to this as it comes out, you have about 1 more week to vote for your favorite Game of the Year in the Community Game of the Year voting. That's over on the Discord server, discord.tvgp.tv. Please get your votes on there. We got some close races this year, so your vote really does matter. All right, all of that production stuff out of the way. Moon, what have you been playing for this past week?
I only got 3 games to talk about.
Okay.
4 games to talk about.
Oh, damn.
I didn't write the 4th game down. We're going to start with, during my entire week of vacation, I managed to sit down and play games with friends once.
Okay.
And it was because we both had a day off. I played We Were Here.
Okay.
Which is an online co-op escape room kind of game.
Okay.
It is. Oh, it's only about like maybe an hour and a half long. But I played it with my friend Rob, friend of the show. Um, it is. It was really really cute. Like I bought the collection of these like probably about a year ago at this point, and then I bought them for Rob at some point this year, probably when they were on sale. There's like five games in total in like the franchise, and like it was like $25 for all five. So
Dang. Okay.
you know, I played through the first one. It is really really dumb, cute, simple, fun. Like it recommends that you have microphone communication because one of you is essentially a librarian and one of you is an explorer, and you have to like talk through the environments to each other and figure out exactly what to do, how to progress, that kind of stuff, just by talking about your environment. It does not have the thing that Puzzle Academy had, which is the press a button to view your partner's screen.
Bummer.
Which, yeah, I can see it. It is a little bit of a bummer that it's there, but it's also this feels like a game that was developed with like three people essentially.
Yeah.
And it looks like they've progressed with each incarnation of the game. They used the game's funds to make the sequel and so on and so forth.
Oh, nice.
But it was fun. It was like I said, it was like maybe an hour and a half in total. We played through it like 3 times just to knock out all of the achievements. Some of the puzzles are hilariously fun. Some of them were terrible. There is the classic floor tile puzzle, where it's just a bunch of tiles and you have to step on them in the right direction to get through to the other side. But to find out what the correct steps are, the librarian is in a room with a bunch of books. Shocker, I know. And those books all have symbols on them, and you have to find the right book for the right symbol based on what the explorer is telling you, essentially.
Okay.
So trying to explain what these symbols were was like, yeah, this is a water slide. This is Rob's favorite. My favorite one that Rob said was the guy from Jurassic Park. I can't remember his name, the hot, sexy one. Jeff Goldblum.
Yes,
There we go.
Jeff Goldblum or Ian Malcolm.
Yes, it was one of them was Jeff Goldblum lying down with his shirt open, even though it looked absolutely nothing like that. But that was the image. Literally, it was just the image that popped up on
I was
the
just
screen.
thinking,
Then
the one that they pulled up on the stream, that does look like Jeff Goldblum lying down. You know what, Rob? Rob isn't wrong, man.
Yeah, there was several other descriptions of the tiles that we cannot say on this podcast because it is a PG rated podcast.
We are not PG people.
We are not PG people. The podcast is. So let's just say there was a couple of phrases that got repeated that every time you said them, it was hilarious, and every time you said them, you knew exactly what someone was talking about.
Yep.
I cannot express how much it was hilarious when like you literally just say a phrase and they're like, yeah, okay, I got that one. That's
yep,
one.
know exactly what that is. Got it.
Yep, upside down birthday cake makes perfect sense.
Yep.
Alien riding a surfboard makes perfect sense.
Yep.
Thing with a thing, redacted with a redacted,
Right.
perfect sense.
Melting cheeseburger.
Absolutely.
Yep, got that one.
Yep, it was literally just a mishmash of words. But it was fun. We sat down, we played it, we had a laugh and fun time just playing. It's like, cool, this is great. Next time we get the chance, hopefully we'll get to sit down and play the second one and then just make our way through the entire franchise, essentially.
Yeah, that's cool.
But it was really fun just sitting down and playing it. Yes, We Were Here is that game, and it's like $10 tops, something like that. So Boston, I played Hades.
The first one?
The first one.
Okay.
Because I have it on my Xbox.
Right.
So I in part of the preparation for the final We Roguelike It recording, and part of the preparation for the Game of the Year recording, I went back and I played Hades. It's still a really solid game. I forgot how slidey the dash was. Like, that's something that we haven't really mentioned when we talked about Hades 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like, after you slide, there's like a little skid that you do before you come to a full stop.
Oh,
And I
interesting.
completely forgot about that one.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all.
I also forgot that because I played it on the PC and then started a new save file on the Xbox, that I basically mainlined all of the easy stuff in the game. So now when I jump back in, I'm just at the hard stuff.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
I loaded it up and it was like, oh, congratulations, you need 6 diamonds. How do you get diamonds? Oh, well, get ready to use that burn meter that you've been using so little to try and get those new drops from the bosses to get yourself some diamonds.
Right. Right.
And it's like, great, because I also forgot, like, the final upgrades in the builder's place are genuinely game changing. Like, there's one where every time I accept a what's the drink called?
The ambrosia?
Nectar? Ambrosia?
The nectar, not the ambrosia. The ambrosia is the
Okay.
upgraded version.
Oh,
Every
okay.
time I accept a nectar, when I'm on a run, I get a free random upgrade of one of my skills. Like, it goes up a level.
Dang, okay.
There's another one where every time you pick up keys, it gives you like plus 20 coins.
Oh,
And
wow.
every time you pick up darkness, it gives you like plus 5 health, max health.
Oh, wow.
So like it can the upgrades that you can get are pretty significant, I'll say.
Yeah.
But right now I'm just like, what exactly do I need to do in this game? Like, what do I have left to do? It turns out I have a lot left to do. Like, I just unlocked a new type of room which I can only start to go into when it's at heat level 5. So I'm not looking forward to that, we'll say.
Yeah. Oof.
Because I don't know what to expect in that kind of thing. But there is achievements to get, and I will probably eventually get them. It has been my go-to just one run game before I, like, sign off and go to bed kind of thing. I was surprised, though, because, like, even with the heat meters and everything else, I had, like, 3 back-to-back successful runs.
Oh, wow.
And I only really, like, I failed my most recent run because I made a horrible decision on one of the Daedalus hammers, but it was a prophecy one, so I had to take it. So I knew I
Naturally.
wasn't going to like it because I hadn't taken it yet. It made your dash attack hit 3 times, but it slows your dash down and it moves like 20% distance instead.
Yikes.
So it's just like,
No thanks.
I just messed myself up with it. It turns out Hades is still great. I
Yep.
can't remember the deep dives of stuff. I know I can fight Charon. I just don't know how.
Oh, yeah.
Because I remember doing it and the fight being a nightmare. I forgot how game-changing the aspects of the weapons are. Like the shield aspect. Like there was a Zeus's shield, and when you hit the special, which is the one where you throw the shield, it just spins and like it slowly moves forward until it stops, and then it just stands in place and spins, and you can continue to attack. That thing just stays out there as like a secondary damage input, essentially.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, okay, this is definitely game changing
Yeah.
on many, many different aspects. So I was like, yes, Hades 1 is still an incredible game. Who would have thought? I know. The other game I played, because apparently it's 1992. Hey, Boston, did you know our Game Club game came out in 1996, by the way?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's
It
interesting.
was 7 years before Steam came out.
Wow. Goodness.
Well, I played Subnautica. So this is a classic situation for me. I was on YouTube watching Ray Narvaez Jr.'s November 2025 compilation of moments on his stream. Because he's a streamer and he does compilations. And I like that because it's funny bits and I don't have to watch 17 hours of streams a day to try and figure it out. And then I bumped across somebody else playing Subnautica, which I forgot was like a streamer's dream game, like when it first came out, because there's no weapons, it's a survival game, it has ridiculously effective jump scares in it,
Mm-hmm.
and it has basically no story, no storytelling, but like storytelling in like the lore and things like that and that kind of stuff. So I was like, I'm just gonna start a brand new file on Subnautica and see how far I can get.
Yeah.
I really like Subnautica, bro.
You played it
A
before,
lot.
right? I think I remember you playing it
Yes.
before.
I have apparently put 48 hours into this game
Wow.
already.
Okay.
Did you ever play the
And
DLC, the Ice Age
I've
one or whatever?
I've never played Below Zero, but I do
Okay,
own Below Zero because I think I picked it up when it was on the stupid sale.
Okay.
gotcha.
And right now I'm just like, please, like, I know there's a lot going on between the owners and the devs right now for Subnautica 2, but I just want to play it co-op with Rob. That's all I want. I want to
Right.
hear myself and him scream like children when we get attacked by a Leviathan for the first time. Like, that's what I want. So yeah, I started a new save file on Subnautica, and I actually paid attention to like the lore this time. I'm stopping to read the PDAs and stuff like that. Something I didn't realize is, minor spoilers, if you play Subnautica, there is a virus on the planet, so it's a quarantine planet, so that's why you can't escape. That's why a rescue attempt to collect you goes horrifically wrong. And you have to find the cure for that virus. But with the scanner device, which lets you do a bunch of research and stuff like that, you can self-scan. So like if you're injured, like you can self-scan and it'll tell you you're injured. If you do it like a few hours in, it's like there's a rising bacterial like thing happening with you. Just keep an eye on it and watch out for symptoms kind of thing.
Huh.
And you can't progress past a certain point until you have cured yourself.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's a genuinely phenomenal game made by a tiny dev team at the time. And again, like I said, there's so many problems right now with Subnautica 2. Like, I think I might be heading back into my survival problem, like having crushed grounded at the start of the year, then not had a lot of
Right.
time. And it's just like, I want a good survival game. But the good news is I do have a co-op game already bought and installed for myself and Rob to play. That one is Green Hell, which I'm sure we'll get to at some point.
Okay.
But the only other thing I played this week was Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. Hey, some of those mastery challenges are deceptively nightmarishly hard.
Oh no. Which ones are you talking about?
So I got a textual communication from Rob saying that he hates the Bulldog one,
Okay.
the heavy revolver. And I tried that and it was okay. Like I didn't do too bad with that one. The thing that killed me and is still killing me and is annoying me is the minigun one.
Oh, okay.
Not the heavy duty one, but the actual minigun one, like where it fires the way you face. Because I cannot seem to get a build right to just nail that run, and I don't know why, and it's very annoying.
That one's got to be tough.
Because like it's got the fire option on there, so I can go the fire route. But it also has the. It's like, do I want to do fire rate? Do I want to do like magazine size? Like how, like trying to upgrade it, and like I had it at level 50 something, and it still wasn't enough. So I'm trying to find my way around it. I'm trying to figure out which of the heavy gunner like classes I want to use, because I like the guy who gives you bonus damage when you get hurt, but he does a minus 50% range.
Oof.
But I can't seem to get the damage high enough when I do the Juggernaut, who starts with a bigger range for the heavy duty weapons. So like,
Right.
I'm trying to fill it out the best I can. I'm very annoyed because I have a glitch on like 2 or 3 of my like campaign missions, so I can't do them and get like the gear level increase thing, because a couple of my like completion tasks are bugged and known bugged at that, which is just fabulous.
That sucks.
But no, I still love the game. I love to play it. I love to just be like, yeah, my laundry is just put in the dryer. I'm going to do a run, and then I'm going to put together this cat tree. Then I'm going to do a run, and then I'm going to go cook my dinner, and then I'm going to go do a run. Did you guys play DGRS at all this week?
I did not.
No, I didn't have time this week as much as I wanted to.
Yeah, I know you played Hades 2 on stream instead, which is fine.
Yeah, trying to put some last moment time into Hades 2.
Yes. But no, that's literally all I've been playing. A week off, and I only played 4 games.
Yeah, that's all right. Vacation from games, too.
Yeah.
All right, Nip, what do you got for this week?
All right, so I have played more Hell Is Us.
Oh, yeah.
And I have beaten this game now.
Oh, that's sooner than I thought.
Thankfully, it is. I didn't realize that I was as close as I was until I completed one more mission, and then it was like, hey, this is your point of no return. It was like, oh, okay.
I thought you had like 30 more hours.
No, so this is supposed to be a shorter game. So when you look this up on how long to beat, I think it is around 15 to 20 hours, depending on your play style.
Okay.
Myself, when I completed this game, I was at 31 hours.
Okay, that's pretty good.
That was a ton of exploring and backtracking on my part, just because I was, referencing my notes and stuff and figuring things out. So the story takes a very awesome turn.
Oh.
When you get closer to the end, and then you get to the end, and it takes another awesome turn, and then credits.
Oh, okay.
And then it spits you back out into the game, like, before you get onto that sequence.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh man, I am really hoping they make a second game.
Yeah.
Because you find that there is a time frame for this event happening, and it happens like clockwork. And if they keep it up with the timeline, this will take place in modern time now, like present day almost. It's like, oh, that would be really cool to see these characters as being older and seeing the upgrades in technology that can stem from this.
Right.
So, but yeah, without ruining a whole lot, it takes a cool SCP turn.
Oh, interesting.
In a couple places. I'm like, okay, go on.
Right.
And then it does. And then I'm like, oh, I wish there was more to this game now.
Right.
So, try not to ruin anything. But yeah, I've had an absolute blast. I completed everything. I've got all the trophies except for one. It was just the last trophy that I have to get. It's called the Legend of Full. And you have to clear all the time loops and kill every enemy. And for me to explain the time loops for everybody, enemies do not respawn normally like a Souls game. It's a certain amount of time, or if you leave an area and come back, they can respawn at that point. But the thing that is having them spawn are these giant like orbs that are in the world, and those are called time loops.
Oh, okay.
And certain enemies are called time guardians. They don't look any different from the normal enemies, but when you kill them, you get a little thing that pops up and says you've killed a time guardian. And you see like this black mist stuff go floating off in a direction, and that direction is where the time loop is at.
Oh,
Once you've killed all the guardians in an area, that time loop you can go to and you can close it, and that prevents enemies from respawning in that area.
Gotcha.
Which is cool. You just have to be careful not to do it too early, because then you'll cut yourself off from being able to level up your weapons and getting the item drops from the enemies. But at the point that I was at, like, all my weapons were already maxed out and I had enough items, I didn't have to worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
So all the time loops are closed, and you get rewards for closing them. The thing that sucks, and that I've read online as well, is the going back through and killing all the enemies. Because you literally have to go back through each and every area and kill all of the enemies. And there's not... The only way to kind of track this is when you pull up the map and you hover over an area that you can travel to, it'll tell you cleared, or it will tell you that there are enemies, and it will give you the level that the enemies are at.
Oh,
And
okay.
that's all you have to go off of. So, reading online, I'm like, is there a simple way of doing this? And everyone's like, no, this trophy sucks.
Just go
Everyone
grind it
hates
out.
this. Yeah, and luckily there is a video that I found online that's 3 hours long.
Oh, boy.
But this guy brings you to each and every enemy point, all the time guardians, so that way you can close
wow.
out the time loops and all of that. So they go pretty in depth with it. But I'm like,
Jeez.
I don't think it's worth it for me. Maybe one day.
Yeah.
Not right now. But outside of that, like I really enjoyed this game. I really love it, and I seriously hope they do make another one because, like I said, with the time circumstances that they have, like I would be real interested to see what a modern version of this game would look like, or a modern period of this game would look like, and what they do with it afterwards. So, Hell Is Us is a great game, but remember my earlier warnings. It doesn't get as dark as that
Right.
when you start out, but it doesn't get any lighter.
Right.
So yeah, Hell Is Us, great game. May get the platinum one day.
Yeah.
My last game that I played this week was Saints Row 2022.
Mm-hmm.
This was another game that I beat today.
Oh, nice.
Apparently, I was like 3 main missions away from beating the game. So it was like,
I'm sensing a theme.
The main campaign isn't like hugely long in that game. It's all of the side stuff that takes the time.
yeah, I was gonna say because I think for this one, yeah, I think I'm at like 20 hours for this one. Let me pull up my notes here real quick. And no, 14 hours. 14 hours main story.
Okay.
I did do a bunch of like the side stuff, but some of the other side stuff I was like, this sucks. I don't want to do it. Like the toxic waste one. The moment you touch something, the canisters in the back, because basically you're driving a flatbed that has a bunch of drums in the back, and they aren't reactive at all. But if you bump something, they will start to react. And the only thing to counter the reaction is you have to drive as fast as possible, and it stops this little bar from filling up.
Okay.
But if you slow down, that bar will fill up super fast, and that barrel will explode, and then it will start to cause a chain reaction. And if all your barrels blow up, you'll lose the mission.
Okay.
Now, as long as you have one barrel to turn in, you're good with that one, but you get like a crappy reward because you're paid off of how many barrels you've brought in. And
right.
nobody in this world pays attention to traffic laws. I was stopped at a red light and I got rear-ended, and that set off the barrel.
Oh, jeez.
I was like, all right, fine, whatever. So like some stuff like that didn't like. Other missions though, like I brought up, the LARPing mission was fun.
Yeah.
The repo one was pretty fun. The carjacking one where you're stealing cars and bringing them to a chop shop, that was pretty fun. So there is a bunch of fun stuff in here. It's just every once in a while I find one I'm like, I don't want to do that, so I won't. I will say though that the writing for the main missions I really liked. Especially when you get to a point where your character has decided that they are just going to straight up kill somebody, and your group is trying to talk you down and be like, you can't solve everything with bullets.
Right.
And your character is like, no, you most definitely can. And they're like, no, this is legalese stuff. Bullets won't solve this. Words will solve this. And so your character's like, all right, fine. I will call this person and tell them why I'm going to kill them. And so you call them up while you're driving to the location, and you basically get like an AI menu. And as the menu goes, your character is getting more and more angry about what is happening. And there's finally an option for if you want to leave like a death voicemail, like a life-threatening voicemail or whatever. And they're like, finally, and they click on that one, and they're like, voicemail box is full, goodbye, and the phone hangs up. And the character's like, all right, I tried it with words, we are back to murder now.
That's right.
And yeah, you go in there and you light that whole place up, and it was a fun little mission to run through. And then you get betrayed. and then more weird shenanigans happen, and then you beat the game.
Nice.
And I was like, you know what? This was a pretty enjoyable game for what it was.
Yeah.
I was not expecting to go through it so quickly.
Yeah.
It's kind of my thing, but I've unlocked all kinds of weird stuff. I now have a tank. I have a VTOL. I have a hoverboard. That was a fun mission. The tester. One of your side ventures is you create like an IT testing
hardware
thing.
testing.
Yeah, and the first thing you test is a hoverboard, and they're like, you know, your character asks like, "Can you do tricks on this?" And like, no, and they go into like all this sciencey jargon stuff, and they're like, basically, we found out that if you try to do a trick, it will overload the servers and it will slam the hoverboard down to the ground, and your character's like, I want to try that.
Well,
and so
now I'm going to do a trick.
And exactly, the main mission becomes, hey, let's go over here because you find out that you've stolen this technology from a group. It's like, all right, let's go to that group and show them that we stole this technology from them. And you start smashing their cars by slamming down on this hoverboard next to their vehicles. It's like, oh my God, and it's like kind of slow, but fast enough to get away once they get wise to it. But it's just dumb stuff like that. It's like real Saints Row stuff that I really enjoyed. It was kind of like along the things with the whole like trash disposal and like the crap, what do they call those? The outdoor God, why can I not think? The outdoor bathrooms that you would clean up and then you would spew like the sludge on different vehicles and from like Saints Row 2 kind of thing. It reminded me of that. It was like some of the silly stuff that you got to do reminded me a lot of like Saints Row 2 and a little bit of 3. So, but this was exactly what I wanted it to be. Just something dumb that I could just pay enough attention to get the jokes, but not really have to think too hard on what I'm doing. Like I just jump into a car, run over a bunch of people, throw a grenade out for good measure, and just carry on my day.
It's just a big, dumb open world game.
Yeah, and that's all I wanted.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I played this week. Like, I wasn't expecting to come in here and be like, "Hey guys, I beat 2 games," because I didn't have a whole lot of time to play this week.
Right.
So
Right.
Yep.
I'm just as surprised as everybody else.
That's right. I only really played one game of note this week, and it is a heck of a game. It's called Sektori, Sektori. It is a game that on the surface looks a whole lot like Geometry Wars, and I think if you've played and enjoyed Geometry Wars before, I think you will immediately know how to play this game. But they've taken Geometry Wars and they've kind of mashed it up with Gradius. So,
Okay,
I'm not familiar with the American names for these games. Which one was Gradius?
I think it was called Gradius in every area, I believe.
yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, what was the mechanics of Gradius?
I'll get to it.
Is probably a better
So
question.
what you're doing in this that is sort of reminding me of Gradius is you're picking up, let's call them upgrades throughout the run, but you're not picking up an upgrade item and it gives you an upgrade automatically. So if you're watching in the gameplay here, you'll see these kind of bluish greenish kind of upgrade lights that are around the arena. You spawn those for every X number of XP gems that you pick up. They call them Glimmer, I think, but you defeat an enemy, a little gem drops on the ground. You pick it up, it progresses your kind of upgrade bar. Every time the upgrade bar fills, an upgrade thing drops. But when you pick up one of those upgrades, it doesn't give you anything. What you have is you have a list of upgrades in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. And it's things like speed, so it's how fast your ship moves. Missile, it's how many kind of additional shots you'll do that kind of home into enemies. You can buy additional shields because there's like X number of hits before your ship blows up. I think it's like 3 shields you get on the default ship. Once you get hit the 4th time, you lose your run. But as long as you haven't lost, you can keep upgrading your shields. You can buy score outright. You can upgrade your blaster, so like instead of shooting 1 bullet at a time, you're shooting 2 bullets, 3 bullets, 4 bullets, etc. But every time you get one of those upgrades, you move up the list of things that you can purchase for upgrades. So you pick it up once, you can upgrade speed. You pick it up another one up, you can upgrade the second item on the list. You pick up 4, 5, and 6, you go through the list. So you're sort of banking upgrades until you get to the point where you want to cash in the thing that's going to benefit you the most. So you pick up 1 or 2 upgrades. That might not be the thing you really want. You might be looking to save 6 upgrades, so then you get a blaster upgrade. So instead of shooting 1 bullet, you're shooting 6 at a time. So that's where the kind of Gradius similarities are coming in. You're getting upgrades, but you're not really, like, you're not picking up a little bee on the level that upgrades your blaster. You're like pushing and you're getting aggressive, and you're picking up enough upgrades that you can save enough of them to buy a blaster upgrade. Or maybe you're just getting like 1 and you're buying a speed upgrade, and you're getting another one and you're buying another speed upgrade because you need to move faster. So it's this kind of cool thing of, am I going to get the easy upgrades early to try and get some sort of benefit, or am I going to save them for the big upgrades that are going to do a lot more damage, or get me a bunch of additional damage stuff or things like that. So that feels really good, and it's this really interesting, like, almost risk reward, but kind of not, of like, I can get a bunch of these early upgrades and they'll make a difference, but how much of a difference is buying the missile upgrade, which is going to double or triple my firepower? And that feels really, really good, and I like that it isn't the random upgrades that you're getting. It's, you get to choose which upgrade you're going to get, and you get to choose how this run is going to go. So that's interesting in and of itself. So it's basically, if you have played Geometry Wars, if you played as twin stick shooter, it's exactly the same thing as before. There's two other things that are really interesting. One is, well, I guess there's 3 things. One small thing, they have it's called a strike. You just hit L1 on your controller, and it does this forward push that
like the charge attack I'm seeing in the video.
Yeah, that's the strike. So it is a charge attack, and it is it does a ton of damage. You like push through enemies, and you do a bit of an explosion at the end. You can upgrade that as you go through, and I think that turns out to be this thing of getting you out of a sticky situation, but also the level is morphing and changing as you play. So parts of the level are falling away and parts of the level are growing. So there's sometimes, if you get caught in the level falling, it's this kind of, you'll see a bunch of red triangles in an area. If you get caught in the level falling, you die immediately and you lose the run. So sometimes you have that strike to just get out of the area so you don't get caught in the level falling. And the interesting thing about that, one of the parts I like the most about this game is the level changes not based on how many enemies you defeat. So it's not like, oh, you cleared a wave and the level changes. It changes based on time. So if you don't push fast enough and get aggressive, like, you really can't be passive. If you're not aggressive enough, the level's just going to keep changing, and it's just going to keep spawning more enemies on you. So it's a really interesting thing of, like, you really need to push aggressively. You really need to get yourself positioned in the best way, and you need to keep moving. And the radius of you collecting Glimmer, those kind of XP gems, is really small. So you need to kind of continue pushing and continue moving all over the screen, which I think is really interesting. And then On top of all of that is a very, very light roguelike choose 3 system. So every once in a while, you'll defeat... They have this really interesting thing, like a sort of spinning cube will show up, and there'll be 3 or 4 of them that are connected to each other. And if you take them out in sequence, it shows you what the sequence is. If you take them out in sequence, then you'll get basically a choose 3 upgrade. And some of them are like buy a shield for 100,000 points, but some of them are also like get a drone that spins around you that shoots missiles just for free. Or you can break the cap of one of the stats and you get one or two of the stats right then and there. And they also have rare ones too that are really powerful. Like, we'll give you 2 additional drones that shoot blaster shots out of them, but you won't be able to shoot any bullets for 30 seconds. Or we're going to give you an incredible bonus, but we're going to, quote unquote, spam enemies for 25 more seconds. So like there's this really interesting kind of push and pull throughout all of these systems of like, you can have this really great benefit and maybe we'll give you, it reminds me a little bit of Hades and Hades 2, where you get the chaos stuff, where it's like, you're going to get a really great benefit, but we're going to take something away from you for a little bit of time to kind of make it hurt a little bit. Like, you get 2 additional shields at the end of this period, but for 45 seconds you're not going to have any shields no matter what. So it's this really interesting kind of give and take. It has a pleasantly short tutorial, which I thought was really great, of like, we're going to spawn a bunch of enemies, here's how to shoot, here's how to use your strike thing, here's what happens when you run out of shields. Get in there and start shooting stuff. Like, you need to... The end of the tutorial was really like, that's everything we have to tell you. You need to discover the rest of it yourself. Which I thought was kind of pleasantly fun, of like, yeah, man, we showed you how to play... It 5 minutes, showed you how to play the game, but you really need to get in there and just start playing it. Which I thought was really great. I really wish this was on more stuff, because it does have leaderboards, and it seems like it has friend leaderboards.
Is it PC only at the moment?
It is unfortunately PC only. It looks like it's a really small team. And Moon, you and I were talking about one of those games that we were looking at because it had virtually no reviews online. Sektori is only $15, by the way. Sektori only has 286 reviews so far. They were all very positive, and I totally agree with it. But it's definitely one of those games of like, I do really want to check out this game, because everybody who has played it has had nothing but good things to say about it. And after playing it for definitely the 3 hours, the time just completely disappeared for. I definitely had that itch that you got when playing Geometry Wars, where it's like, oh, if I just play like another hour, maybe I'll get through like the 3rd boss. Because all the bosses in this game are incredible. They're basically look like bosses from Rez. Like, they're these giant polygonal like data bosses that fill the screen, and you're kind of weaving in and out of all their parts and shooting small weak points on them. It's really great. And I wish it was on more stuff, because I feel like this would be a really great game of like having that friendly competition for your friends list. And it really is one of those games that if you were or are a Geometry Wars sicko, I think this is definitely one of those games of like, it scratches that same itch, but it has enough going for it that I think sets it apart from Geometry Wars. That it's not just, oh, we copied Geometry Wars. It's like, no, we took that kind of dual stick thing, not like we were talking about mini shoot adventures, not like that, like taking it into kind of a different genre, but we're taking that and putting our own little spin on it and having it be just different enough that it really feels fresh but feels very familiar at the same time in a way that feels really good. I can't say enough good stuff about Sektori. I had a blast playing it for 3 hours and didn't realize that that time just disappeared. I'm going to play for 3 more hours this week, and I'm really, really looking forward to diving into it and see if I can get any better at it. Because I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, all right, I recognize all the bosses, and I recognize the kind of patterns, and I recognize how the game is going. How good can I get at this game now before it kind of continues to kick my teeth in? And it's really great. If any of this has sounded really good, I would really recommend checking it out. At the very least, I don't know if it has a demo. I'm on the store here. It doesn't look like it has a demo as far as I could tell. But I would recommend checking it out if you like, especially if you like the Geometry Wars sort of stuff, and you're sort of remembering the fonder days of playing a twin stick shooter. I think Sektori is really, really cool. That's Sektori. It's $15 on Steam. It's real good. I had a blast playing it, and I'm looking forward to playing a lot more. But that's all the stuff I've been playing this week. Let's take a break. All right.
Yeah, when I'd watched you play it for a little bit, I was like, man, that really reminds me of R-Type.
Yeah.
And then, of course, my mind was like, I wonder if I can still play Ikaruga like I could as a kid.
Oh, man. I bet
no is the answer.
Yeah, I bet
exactly.
I bet it would take you a while to get back to it, but I bet you could get back to it. I have faith in you.
Eventually. My God, that game, though.
Yeah. All right. I'll type it in chat. It was Sektori. Sektori. All right. Are you guys ready to wrap this guy up?
Yep.
All right. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's talk releases for the week of December 8th, 2025. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 comes out on PS5. Best I can tell, nothing has really changed. I'm also staying away from this because I feel like this would be a thing that I would either completely despise or get disturbingly way into. So I'm trying to stay as far away from it as possible. So there might be some, little differences here and there, but as far as I can tell, it looks exactly like the other platforms. So if you want to play that on your platform of choice, coming out now. Next up here is Skate Story. I've been watching this for quite a few years, coming out on PS5, Switch 2, macOS, and PC. This is that slow camera angle skateboarding game where you're a demon made out of glass fighting the moon. That old that old chestnut. Yeah, we've seen it a million times before. Yeah. You've probably seen this because it's been I think it's a Devolver Digital published game, if I remember correctly. This has looked pretty incredible for a while. The thing I've been concerned about for a while is like the camera angle is really, really, really low. It's not something that's kind of higher up.
Like it might be a nausea inducer for you.
No, just like a control sort of thing of like, it does not look like a Tony Hawk sort of thing where the camera is a little bit higher and you can see more of it. But a bunch of people that have been playing it recently have said that it isn't a Tony Hawk game. So it's not like a explore the level, do a bunch of tricks. It's more of a kind of linear sort of exploration thing. So the camera angle does genuinely work really well. So Skate Story looks pretty cool. It definitely not a style of game we have seen before. That's for sure. So.
It does look like the camera angle is similar to Skate, by the way. Like
Yes,
the
true.
original Skate games had that kind of camera angle. So
Yeah, that kind of
I'm
low, like
curious.
skate, like a VHS skate, like showcase sort of thing. It definitely has that angle. So that's Skate Story. Coming up, Yakuza 0 Director's Cut. It's finally coming off of the Switch 2. It's getting released on PS5, Series consoles, and PC. Keep in mind, the original Yakuza 0 is getting delisted from a bunch of storefronts because Sega can't stop shooting themselves in the foot. There seems to be, on most platforms, an upgrade path from the original to Director's Cut if you'd like to do so. It seems to only be a couple of bucks. If you have the original, just play that. You don't need to worry about the Director's Cut. There's like 25, 26 minutes of additional cutscenes that have been questionably received throughout the community. I won't get into what the problem is in there. If you're playing it for the first time, it really doesn't matter. Pick up whichever one you want. You could probably pick up a physical version of this game for like $5 to $10. You should just do that and play Yakuza 0. Again, it's one of the best entry points to this series. This game is genuinely really good. And if you haven't played it, Director's Cut will be just fine. On the heels of that, though, we do have Yakuza Kiwami 1 and 2 getting released on PS5 and Series consoles. So this is previously, there were PS4 and Xbox One versions, and some of them were 30 frames, some of them were 50 frames, some of them didn't have all the languages, yada, yada, yada. These two are 60 frames. I believe both of them are 4K on both platforms. It's kind of the definitive version of both of these games now. So if you're looking to move on from 0 and start 1 and 2, now they're kind of the best versions of Kiwami 1 and 2, both of which are really good. And this is kind of getting ahead of Kiwami 3's release in, I think it's February. So if you wanted to start on the Yakuza games, it's a great time to do so. So both of these games are really good. So another remake here, Romancing Saga Minstrel Song Remaster International. Comes out on PS4, PS5, and Switch. This is a remaster of a PS2 JRPG remake of an earlier Saga game. This seems to be almost exactly the same as the 2022 version. It just looks like there are more text options in this one. So it's localized in a bunch of different languages. There's also still they don't have voiceover for the additional languages. I think you still only get choice of English and Japanese, but the text is in a bunch of different languages now. So this is one of the few Saga games I haven't played, but I feel like everything I've seen of it is like, yep, that's a Saga game. Looks like it's for sickos like me.
Yeah.
Looks incomprehensible in the best ways and probably impossibly difficult, and probably one of the best games you've ever played. And you'll
It's reminding me of my youth.
That's right. Yeah, it'll be one of the best games you ever played, and you'll probably hate a good 25 to 33% of it.
It doesn't get good until 40 hours in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, the Final Fantasy problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, trust me, that's a JRPG problem for the most part.
For the last like 20 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up, Mutant League Football 2 comes out of early access on PS5, Series consoles, and PC. I genuinely didn't know this had a sequel at all that had been in early access for like a year and change, I think it was. I could not tell you anything about football, American football in general. I could tell you even less about these games. I just am continually tickled that they're still making more of these after the Genesis and Super NES ones, I think, were the last time they showed up. So my impression from the first game and from the little I was able to find on this one is basically it seems a lot like the first one, where it's like they made a pretty solid football game, and it's also horribly violent and bloody, and a bunch of skeletons are punching a bunch of orcs. It's like, okay, yeah, that's what Mutant League football should be. So I think you nailed it. That's coming out this week. Second to last here, Terminator 2D No Fate comes out. PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series consoles, Switch, and PC. This is a side-scrolling beat-em-up T2 game that looks like it would have come out in the arcades like 30 years ago. But kind of in like, I say that with love, and that's like a complimentary thing. Like, this looks fairly wild and kind of a game that not a lot of developers really make. And it looks...
It's giving me hardcore AVP vibes, the
yes,
arcade game.
Exactly. That same era of like coin-operated arcade machines. This game looks really, really, really cool. They really nailed the art style, I think, here. So that looks really neat.
Just the fact that it's got the timer up front and in the center. It's
Yep.
like, oh yeah, that feels like an arcade game.
Yeah, I'm sure there's like a little hand that says go, go, go over there. Like, it looks really cool. So that's Terminator 2D No Fate. And last but not least here, a game I've been waiting to come to consoles for a really long time. Dome Keeper comes out on Series consoles, also comes out Game Pass day and date. This is a roguelike where you are controlling a dome at the top of the level that's getting attacked by enemies. And in between enemy waves, you're digging farther down underneath the dome to get a bunch of upgrades to power up your dome to fend off additional waves of enemies.
Oh, nice.
I watched a bunch of people play this. I think it was 2022 when this came out on PC. It looks super cool. I have wanted to play it for quite a while. I've wanted us to play it on We Rogue Like It. I was also hoping it would come out on PlayStation consoles, but for some reason it's not. They're a very small team, so it's not too surprising. But I would really recommend checking out Dome Keeper. That game looks super cool, especially with it coming out on Game Pass day and date. All right, that's the end of our episode. We've been recording for a whole ton today, and I want to go rest my voice. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. If you'd like to visit us, you can do so at tvgp.tv. Everywhere to find and follow us is on the right-hand side of the page. Don't forget, as I mentioned earlier, Discord server, discord.tvgp.tv. We do have the best community on the internet. I don't just say that. Everybody on the community is super cool. Everybody on the Discord server is really great. Again, like we would talk about, if you join the server, please introduce yourself with your favorite gross food. You will find some compatriots in arms for some disgusting or overly indulgent, some sort of junk food or fast food. We mentioned earlier the Patreon page, especially the Patreon open house over at patreon.com/e1m1 or e1m1.cash.
The ones and numbers.
Get a whole bunch of cool stuff. If you're a brand new patron, you can sign up for your very first month during December with the coupon code RIP and TEAR, all one word, all capital letters, of course. That gets you 50% off your first month for the Fun for a $5 tier. If you can't support us financially, one of the biggest things you can do is like, comment, subscribe on the YouTube stuff. Follow us on YouTube or Twitch. You'll get notified when we go live. We'd love to see more people hanging out and chatting in the live stream chat. And of course, rate us positively on your podcatcher of choice. As we were talking about last week, more and more podcatchers are allowing you to rate and recommend and leave your review for a bunch of different podcasts. So not only this show, but any podcast you like, please do ours first, 5 stars. That really, really helps people find new podcasts. Like, that's one of the biggest ways you can help a podcast, maybe other than becoming a patron, is really feeding that recommendation engine. That stuff genuinely does help podcasts of any size. Well, maybe not the like Conan O'Brien, because they have $1 bajillion, but like any any sort of normal person podcast like ours. That really, really, really does help. So we do greatly appreciate it. And we greatly appreciate you listening to us. And we hope we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Boo boo.
All right, Nimp. What do you have for titles?
I have We Are Not PG People.
Okay.
Looks like Jeff Goldblum. And Textual Communications.
All right, Moon, what do you have?
The Loneliest Number, Textual Communication, Nausea Inducer, and The Final Fantasy Problem.
The Loneliest Number. What's the textual communication? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Where did that come from?
Moon.
It was me talking about DGR.
Oh.
Rob texted me about how he hates the bulldog.
Right. I have Jeff Goldblum lying down, The Loneliest Number, and Textual Communication. What are we feeling?
I mean, considering how many vetoes we've had, textual communication's got to be number one in this list, right?
I think probably.
If not, then We Are Not PG People.
I think textual is a little bit stronger.
Oh, no, I am fine with textual. I'm just saying, if you were thinking of vetoing it, then the next in line for me was that. So I am fine with textual.
I think I'm okay with it. I'm
A
feeling
little stress ball, Binding of Isaac.
an Isaac stress ball here.
I destroyed his paint in like less than a week.
That feels appropriate for Isaac, though. He's just breaking down in the dungeon. I'm okay with textual communication. That's fine. I feel good.
Okay.
You guys have broken me
ready.
down with too many recordings in one day.
And well, you know, there's only 2 weeks to go. 1 week to go after this.
That's right. That's right. All right, let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
I've got something, but I think it would be deleted. if
I can
tried
always
it.
delete it.
No, I'm going to come up with something else because it almost definitely would be deleted.
Oh, okay. The easier you guys can make my editing for these next 2 weeks, the better.
Nope, I'm going to drop an F-bomb right now.
That's right.
Yeah. Fudging hell.
I got nothing.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Starting in 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 946 for December 8th, 2025. Textual communication.
Does missing T9 make me old?
It's titillating and sensual.
Now that's getting deleted.
How's it getting deleted?
We'll see how
There's
I
nothing
feel.
wrong with that.
We'll see how I feel in about an hour.
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, and Boston can delete this because it's at the end of the episode. The thing that I was going to say was you give me that textual feeling.
That would have been pretty good too. Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't bad at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't delete that one.
You worry too much.
All right.
Dude, anxiety disorder, yes.
True. All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening and watching. We do greatly appreciate it. And we hope we'll see you next